guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Frost and Kyuujin, and today we are back with you guys with Black Sail.
I found myself a tricorn, and I'm really excited about this.
Yes.
So it looks weird, but I'm glad that I have one. Especially since today we're actually going to be watching the last 2 episodes of the first season, so
Yes,
it feels
7 and 8.
appropriate. Yeah. Last episode, what I remembered happened. Billy was sent overboard. They say it's an accident, but it's pretty suspicious that he ended up being thrown overboard after Flint found out that he had letters from Mrs. Barlow, that he had learned some secret.
Yeah, it's way too convenient.
Yeah, and I know Gates was talking to Billy, and he also could come to the conclusion that Flint just got rid of Billy. We won't know what happened unless he tells us, but it's pretty, obvious that he threw him overboard. If he didn't, well, I'm sorry, but this is going against you right now. But yeah, they were in a hurry to leave the Andromache because the Scarborough was coming, and two of the guys that were taking the guns below deck, they triggered a trap and the boat exploded. So yeah, they were basically noticed pretty easily, so they had to flee. That's when Billy was thrown overboard. He's been declared dead. Pretty sure he's not dead.
I think he's still alive.
Yeah.
He's gonna be taken by the Scarborough.
Either that or he's gonna be washed somewhere. And meanwhile, we saw that Charles has arrived to whatever destination he was going to with that big guy that looks like a Viking. Apparently he's not coming back, but at least maybe not coming back like he was, but I think he's coming back. Like, there's more stories to
I
tell.
hope we're gonna see him in season 2.
Yeah, and you had Anne Boney teaming up with Eleanor, and they basically killed everyone that was in cahoots with, what's his name, Hammond? Mr. Hammond?
Yeah.
So Max is free, and the Charles crew is basically destroyed. Or at least what was left of the crew is almost all dead. And you got Rackham, what's his name? Jack Rackham, who's gonna have to deal with the after effects of this. So this is pretty much where we are. It's been a little while, so that's why the recap is longer. I'm trying to remember everything. But yeah, only 2 episodes to go this season. Let's jump in this episode and see what they have in store for us. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these, and check out our Patreon for the full-length reactions.
Oh yeah, and he's both fuck the priest. Let's go.
It's Billy! He fell!
Oops. He fell. Are you sure about that, Captain?
Who knows? It was convenient when the other guy died because of the boat. It could be convenient that Billy fell.
Yeah, but the first one I do believe was an accident more than this one.
They want us to question what happened. Some people in the comments are saying, like, maybe he didn't, maybe he did. We didn't see it. I think he did, but we didn't see it. It depends on what Billy has to say.
Do you think that he did not do it? Like, he's really for his
I
man,
think
for
he
his
did
crew?
it. I think he did it, but if Billy's like, shit, I fell in the water, like, maybe.
Fuck Jack.
It's not even there.
He's gone limp again.
Yeah, well, he's not turned on right now, I guess.
What the fuck is your problem?
You kind of
You
did
betrayed
stuff,
his trust.
I'm terribly sorry if I've ruined your morning, but at the moment I happen to have quite a lot on my mind.
Yeah.
Captain and crew, a distant memory. No prospects at all, except for this shithole of a brothel, which by some miracle of economics seems incapable of turning a profit.
How can you run a brothel here and not make money?
I have no fucking idea.
Figure it out.
The money is going somewhere.
Someone is taking it?
A couple of us are wondering what you plan to do now.
If you got any thought of working here again, I wouldn't wait too long.
What do you mean? Rackham's got no idea how to run this place. We've all got a hand in his pocket.
Ah, that's why.
We did say, money is goes somewhere.
Get in while the gating's good.
I kind of feel bad for Jack. He's got so much on his shoulders and everyone is fighting him.
What did they do to you?
Post-election initiation, I'm told. All done in good fun.
My God, you're gonna be a different man.
Congratulations, Mr.
They
Quartermaster.
really messed his head up, though.
If Billy were here, I'm sure he would agree with me when I say that the crew chose well.
He became so important so quickly.
I mean, when you kill a man with your teeth,
They're all scared of him now.
You'll be heading to see her now, then. Mrs. Barlow. You said you'd be holding her to account. I'll be back before dark.
How will that go? He's starting to have some, questions, too. Careful not to be
What I
thrown
mean.
overboard.
It's two people that died regarding Mrs. Barlow.
Just one more thing, Captain, before you leave to see Mrs. Barlow. I think you and I need to discuss the letter that Billy found.
He's got guts.
And why exactly it is that she believes you're going to betray your crew.
He did promise Billy he was gonna ask questions. And he's known Flint for so long, I think he believes that if anyone should ask questions, it should be him.
Randall would like a word with you.
I raised the concern about the fire hazard a one-legged man on the galley might present. It spun out of control.
What's that got to do with me?
He's got a raw deal, Mr. Silver. The least we can do is let him say his piece.
And you're kind of replacing him.
It's not fair. I can cook.
You can't.
Yes, I think you might have mentioned that.
He's a thief. I heard him talking. Wasn't
Oh.
Singleton stole the page.
Oh no!
Oh shit. Oh shit.
He's lost his mind, obviously.
Run, man. Run.
A guy died for this.
He said he has the schedule in his head. That he learned it to stop Flint from murdering him.
Oh my god. Fudge.
Get the quartermaster in here.
Fuck.
Right now.
But like, they'll have to ask themselves, like, what's in your best interest to... I mean, a guy died for this, and that would mean Flint lied about the schedule.
Yeah, it's gonna be a mess.
We began alterations to expand our hold, but as I predicted, a good number of the crew have defected upon learning of their new vocation.
It's gonna be a big change, so...
What happened to you?
I told him to get the fuck out, but he wouldn't go.
We need to talk. He did betray her, but she cares, so...
I would like the chance to explain myself.
I'm listening.
He tried to protect you.
What I did out of love. It was not a betrayal.
It was not your decision to make. My life is my own. It's not my father's and it's not yours.
She has a point. But then again, she doesn't know everything.
Now you think you can just waltz back in here and pick up from where we left off like nothing happened?
Where else would I go? I belong to you.
I don't think she sees him as a slave, though, so...
You know I've never seen you that way.
They'll set him free.
You wish to do business? There's a place not far from here, fueled by plunder. A place of great wealth, flying no flag. I know of Nassau. She's weak, so she's ripe for the taking.
He wants to just straight up attack Nassau.
When you sailed as captain of these men, they set Compete for you. Give me a dozen of them, and I will bring Nassau in line.
So he's looking for a new crew, straight up.
Why would I let any of them call you captain? Each man gets a share, plus one share to you for every 6 men.
He really
How
looks
did you
like a
know to seek
Viking.
me out? Is my name spoken as far as Nassau? Is there someone there that connects us?
Well, the scar and the dream, so I guess he saw you before. Unless he's been having visions.
Folk, do you care?
I do, I want to know.
Do we have a deal, don't we?
3 men.
Take
Just
Nassau
three?
with 3 men.
My tribute.
Okay.
A share for every 3 men.
You want to take Nassau with 12 men and yourself.
Well, he's... unless he goes back to whatever's left of his crew.
You all right? And I looked the other way. But not today. Not after what happened last night.
After what happened last night?
Well,
What happened to Billy?
He fell.
really? Who
Did he?
pushed him?
You think he
thought
really
you saw
fell?
us all as expendable. Pawns to be used for your own ends.
I have fought and bled alongside my men.
That's the
Yeah.
same with Flint.
I have sacrificed more than you could possibly know for their future.
I know what happened on the Maria Relay. I don't know why, but I know you used the crew to assassinate those people.
I do believe what he says. When he says he also sacrificed shit for them.
I suspect there's been other times when we've been expendable to you.
But that's the thing,
And
he's
if
not above
yesterday was
using
one of
them.
those days, then you and I have a problem. Because Billy wasn't expendable to me.
Come on, he's
He was the
alive.
son.
I really want to give him the benefit of the doubt. Please?
Then perhaps you should have acted like a better father towards
Ah, don't put it on him.
I'm tired of the energy it takes to believe you. I'm taking this to the crew. You're their problem now. I'm taking it.
Well, they at least know that he lied about
After the yoke has been secured,
Mr. the gun.
I intend to sequester a portion of it. No matter how much money they're given, they will drink or and piss it away. Now they have a chance at something better than that. You're lying to them. Everyone's lied to, for their own good. Every subject who's told by his king. Is that what you are to us now?
Well, that was the speech he gave, Billy. That's everything they fight against.
They'll be rich men in a safe place, rather than dead thieves on a long rope.
He's got a point. But
Yeah, but good intentions behind That means he's not good.
I'll follow your lead in battle. But when it's done, you and I will quietly go our separate ways. And I'll thank you, not to protest.
You owe him that. He's still going into battle with you. Because I think he sees that Flint has a point, but it's still a betrayal. It's still manipulation. It's still fucking lies. And it goes against a lot of why they're doing this, being pirates.
Does it make any sense to you? Flint finding that page on Singleton does seem awfully convenient in hindsight.
Gates doesn't have to say shit. They'll start their own
Just because of
suspicions.
that, yeah.
The good news is it's not too late to repair the damage.
I know what I heard.
Randall, you were ducked. You have no idea what you heard.
Make him question. Like I said, he's a good speaker.
I got a silver thong.
You think they just haul me up in front of the crew, air your story, and that's the end of it? I think you've forgotten one very important detail.
The money. That has to be considered, does it not?
That's why I said earlier, like, what's in your best interest?
There's a very good chance they simply hang the cook.
But they lose the schedule.
Even if I was convinced, there's still Randall to contend with. Are you suggesting there's some way to guarantee his silence?
Are they gonna kill Randall?
Think of one way.
Randall!
No.
Who's loved by everybody?
A one-legged half-wit versus a chance.
He's already thought of that.
The odds are decidedly not in your favor.
I changed my mind. It did not happen.
Tell them now. Then even if they wanted to go to the crew, they'd have lost their chief witness. No one has to die.
Please save him. Crawl away, Randall.
You're a thief.
I'm a thief. Well, good luck, Randall.
They could kill him.
They're gonna kill him.
So they're talking about
As long
it.
as you sail with him, his orders are my orders. They'll serve you well.
I want to know what the deal is with the scar.
Makes me think of Kratos from Gods of War.
Was something wrong? You were one of ours. You were just a boy yourself. Could not have been easy coming back here. Must have taken great strength.
Well, if he was like, what, a slave or something?
I think he was.
Obviously, it was traumatizing if it took strength to come back. And he was having nightmares. Like, he knew he needed strength and power, and he knew he could find it here. But...
You don't know me, but you once did, when I was the lowest among you. Now I've returned, and I offer you a chance to be free of this place. You were a strong crew once, proper pirate.
He's good at this.
Well, he's a good captain.
Before he dragged you away from the sea, there is a place not far from here, where strong men live lives of pleasure, not labor. A place where you could be feared.
He's gonna get every guy.
Follow me, and I will show you what.
He's like, hey, stop. Oh, shit. Take it back. Take back your strength. Maybe he gets rid of him and he gets everyone. Are you not entertained? Well, will you follow him? Ooh. Come on, you've been beat up several times this season.
Come on, my man, you need to stay alive.
He has been losing a lot recently. Come on.
Come on, Vane.
The eye, ugh.
Come on.
I'm proud of you.
Oh, ouch. Ooh.
They just fucking, they're burying him alive.
He's not dead.
No, he's not dead. He's gonna come back alive, man. He's gonna rise from the ashes. Prime is losing its fucking mind, so I'm sorry about the flashes.
What madness possessed you to write that letter? What was your intent?
To show you a way out of all this, to free you.
A way out? Have you no memory of how we got in?
What does it matter what happened then if we have no life now? Because there is no life here. There is no joy here. There is no love here.
What are you talking about? What do you think I'm out there fighting for, if not to make all those things possible here?
Yeah,
You'll
but,
fight a war so we can make a life.
but what is it gonna bring? More fighting, more
There's
death?
a life in Boston.
You think? That's if he doesn't betray you.
True.
It requires an intolerable sacrifice.
To accept a pardon.
To apologize.
Who will you be apologizing
To England! They took everything from us. And then they call me a monster.
I like that we're seeing this.
The moment I signed that pardon, the moment I asked for one,
You give
It's
them a
like you
reason.
claim to the world.
Give them
they
a
were
reason,
right.
yeah.
What happened back then? This is the most truth we've got, but
There's a path you're on. It doesn't lead where you think it does.
he's gotta
It still
fight for
leads
something.
somewhere.
If he were here, he'd agree with me.
He's dead, honey.
Yeah, so we knew already that what we heard, the stories, were not all true.
But what did he do?
Did he do?
What did he do, yeah?
I go to the crew, and I offer to be your caretaker.
So you keep him on the ship?
I think I could persuade the crew to accept that. Then you're back on the ship. All you have to do is change your story.
It'd be hard to convince them.
You're a thief. Are you fucking kidding me?
Randall!
He's not the same type of person he's used to manipulating.
I took the page, and I shouldn't have. What can I say, Randall? I'm not a joiner. I never have been. But I'm willing to do it now.
It's his life on the line.
So pull your head from your ass and let's both live to fight another day.
I just wanted you to
Sorry,
say
Mr.
it.
Silver.
Change your story.
You're a thief.
Your thief, your thief, your thief.
Making it sound like he's crazy. Yeah,
Randall.
okay, thank you.
What's gotten into you?
You're a thief.
Thank you. Not that dumb.
Would appear Mr. Randall has reconsidered his position.
Can't trust him, but he stays on the ship. He wants that more than anything.
If you're to stay with me, I need to know that I can trust you.
Eleanor, Captain Ornigold has extended me an offer to join his crew.
Wow, okay.
I think it's better for him.
Yeah, and I mean,
it's sad, but
she loses a friend, but would she have been able to trust him
If you
again?
need me, I will be here for you. But as long as you insist on pursuing this course with
You can't
Captain
stay
Flint,
and support that.
I will always be tempted to interfere.
It makes sense for her and for him. Like
it is sad, but yeah, you're right.
If he respects that she will keep going that way and there's no changing her mind, make it less, make it hurt
The income
less.
you've reported for the past 2 days is simply too low to be believed. I'm going to have to ask you to vacate your room, make way for someone else. Here it comes. I have slit men's throats while they have wept. If you are hoping to manipulate me, you are barking up the wrong tree.
I don't know.
Wrong tree.
No, it's working. Dude, you're losing money.
Jesus Christ.
Mr. Rackham?
What?
5 pieces. Oh, look who's up and about. Who did you just service?
Oh, it's gonna work.
She's gonna help, yeah.
It was Captain Hallinder I saw leaving your room, was it not? A man whose sole desire is to be swaddled in canvas, and the price we have always charged for mothering is 20 pieces, not 5.
Thank you.
Work with him, girl. Be in power.
Woohoo!
Will your story hold when I ask him to confirm it? Or will you confess your crime now and pray that our new patron is more forgiving than
It's a
Mr.
way to
Moon
be
would
in a
have
higher
been?
position here, not be used anymore, to be in charge.
The body and blood of our Lord Jesus Christ. This will never happen again.
For your sake, it had better not.
He's acting all tough now, but...
Yeah, but he's weak with puppy eyes and crocodile tears.
Get your fucking house in order.
He's a softie.
With women, yeah.
Well, I from him right now, I get the feeling that he's just not... He doesn't fight back. He fights back with words. He convinces people, he bargains,
Yeah.
you know. This is sad, but
Yeah.
what do you do? What do you do?
He had it coming. He told him Billy wasn't expendable.
Mr. Gates.
Mr. Quartermaster.
He told them he's tired of the lies and he doesn't want to lie to the crew like that, I guess. So he gave them the opportunity to do something about it.
Singleton, we could forgive all of it. Not Billy.
Yeah.
That requires an answer.
Yeah.
When the time comes, we need to know that you won't stand in the way.
He said he was gonna walk away.
Once we have the money, Flint dies.
Oh, shit.
He said he was not gonna be a part of this after the money was gonna leave, so...
Yeah, but he used to be his friend. Maybe
Yeah.
still is.
He still cares. It just hurts. And he knows. He's not saying, but he knows. After this mission, you're gonna die.
He might have his doubts about it too.
No, he doesn't know. It must hurt so much to go along with this knowing your friend is not coming back.
You could be strong again. You could resist me. You could take this off.
Oh, it's his eye. God damn. I was wondering what we were seeing.
I'm so goddamn afraid.
Ah! He's still intimidated by this guy. So I think it's a metaphor for him just becoming a new man.
Yeah, a second birth.
He left behind who he was, and he's gonna be someone new.
What I mean, Arkham did say that. Was it Arkham or Bunny that said that it will not come back?
It's Rackham.
Rackham.
And it's Bunny. Who said that?
Oh!
Straight up! He'd look like a fucking ghost. Will you follow him now? He's coming back with the crew!
I mean, a man who comes back from the dead, you don't question it, you just go with it.
He's intimidating. From what I gathered of what we saw, yeah, he maybe not a straight up slave, but at the very least, low enough that they marked him as the lowest of the low. So he was part of this gang, this group, and yeah, he was used. He was the errand boy. Straight up, I mean, slave might not be
that
too
man
crazy
did
of a word.
say you were one of ours, not one of us.
Yeah, one of
so
ours.
he was a possession,
Yeah,
like a
so
slave.
yeah, slave. He would have grown up with them. He would have grown up afraid. I don't know how he managed to escape, but maybe that also defines why he turned into that type of captain. Like this is what he knew. This is the environment he was used to. He was raised in fear, raised in around these guys. Like, it was not an easy life as a child, so I can only imagine what that would make a man later on. He had to find, like, I don't know, like I said, how he escaped, but he had to find the strength to leave, and later on the strength to come back. And the way he, that other guy talked about it, like, it needed a lot of courage. So yeah, his time here was not great, and I think he was still afraid of this guy. And coming back from his fucking grave in the end here is literally a straight up metaphor and an actual event of him rising from the dead and becoming this new guy. Like the memory of Eleanor's hallucination telling him, like, if you were strong, if you took that strength, you could beat me and stuff like that. Like, you could be so powerful if only you allowed yourself to go get that strength.
Yeah.
So he just did that.
It's like the man who he used to be, with his own weakness, is dead, and now with his second birth, he got this strong, powerful man.
Killed the guy that was in charge, and now he's not getting 12 men, he's getting the whole bunch of them, because they
An
were
army!
interested.
He's getting an army!
They were definitely interested in what he was saying. He's good at this. Like, this is the captain side of him. A good captain should be able to inspire his crew, give them this thirst for treasures and adventure.
Like Flint?
Flint is good at that as well. Just speeches, make them interested in what you want and make them think that they want the same thing. I mean, they probably want the same thing, riches and all of that, but then you get to, I mean, that's why you're the captain. You're good at inspiring them into following you into battle. Because he did say, like, oh, it's an easy life, like, you won't have to work as much, but it's also very fucking dangerous. It's not like you just take the money. There's gonna be fights, there's gonna be, like, risk of death.
True,
so.
but you're still gonna put their trust in you and what you decide to do. But with that trust comes great responsibility. Do not betray it, please.
Why would who betray whom in that
Flint
group?
and his crew.
Yeah, that's another story.
I mean,
but with Charles, he's got at least he's gonna have a bunch of men that have been working with wood, so they're fucking strong and they are hungry to come back to this. So, and apparently they have a reputation of being fucking badasses. So, and he's coming to Nassau to fight Eleanor.
Yep.
So have faith, have courage, and be strong. Because the thing is, she's got captains left, but she does not have the best defense. She does not have an army yet. Like, she does, I don't think she's prepared to fight back against him. So we'll see how that goes. And she's sort of alone right now. Like, no one is there to advise her. Mr. Scott is gonna leave. Flint has just left. She's a businesswoman. She's not a fighter. Not like that. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, at the very least, he's not dead, he's not gone, and he's coming back. And he's fucking badass, I'll give him that. But yeah, Flint,
Oh my goodness. I mean, I understand that he wants to create a place where his men, the people, could be free and safe.
The thing with Flint is what we can only assume, but this episode, he gave us so much emotion. He gave us more truth. Even though he didn't say what happened, he gave us more truth about back then than we've had ever since the beginning of the season, because there was no reason to lie to someone who was there with you, right? So everything they said to each other was real. So they have a deep anger towards London. So the government, the people of London, I don't know, but I'll say that I don't think the rumors are completely true. For sure, he's sleeping with Barlow, so at the very least there was something happening there. I don't know if it was straight up adultery.
Maybe it started after his death. Who said that they started sleeping with each other when he was still alive?
Maybe. If she ran away with him, because she did say he was her savior, so he took her there to save her, and maybe it started later on. Because like if they were friends, if he was best friend with her husband, and they got close, maybe that came later. Although they keep talking about, you know, they want love, and he's fighting to create this place where they can love each other, they can live happily, they can have money, they can have peace and safety. So if that's his whole goal, I'm guessing the love aspect of it has been there from the beginning. So, but the reason that pushed, what's his name, Richard? No.
Thomas,
thank you, yeah. Her husband, that pushed him to die, like that pushed him to kill himself, or that killed him, I don't know. That might not just straight up be like, oh, you cheated on me and I went crazy. So there's more to that, and he blames London. Pride is very huge here, like it's very important, and I understand why, like if they took everything from them, if he loved his best friend and he was close to him and it's London's fault for his death, I can understand why he would not want to say like, oh yeah, you're right, okay, I'll take your pardon. It would feel like giving them reason that you were right, that, you know, I deserve this, or that you were okay with what you did and I'm in the wrong. So I need to learn more about the specifics, but obviously it has to do with Thomas, and it still affects him so much that he gets really emotional when he talks about it. So I don't think he betrayed him in that way, in the way that the gossip say. As for her, maybe it kind of feels like it did not affect her in the same way. So maybe she doesn't blame London the same way that Flint does, but she was still affected, and she's now, after all this time being alone in Nassau, not knowing what Flint is doing, just him going off on his quest, and so obsessed with his idea that, yeah, we can make a life here away from London, because that would be one of the reasons why he wants to dissociate completely from everyone else, from the royals, from the government and all of that. If he blames them, he won't want to live thanks to them, so he won't want to give them his money, he won't want to pay them for the job he's doing, he won't want to follow them into anything, so he wants to dissociate himself completely. And it's a great speech to give to pirates who also aim for freedom. They don't want to pay those taxes, they don't want to listen to someone else's orders in that way. Like, they want to be free to roam the seas and go on their adventures, get what they think they deserve and keep what they think they deserve, instead of giving that to someone who has not done the job. So yeah, their goals sort of align. It's a world where they get to be free, but it's like Flint has not completely abandoned the idea of, like, we still need a system, we still need someone to be in charge, like we still need someone to assure this safety. Pirates would want to just go off, and they won't really care about what it takes to be free. They want to do their you know, their attacks, they want to steal, they want to, you know, do their thing, but they don't want a king. They do not want to listen, basically switch one king for another. So that idea of Flint, that's where I'm thinking, yeah, that might not go in his favor if he talks about this to the crew.
Yeah.
But it's still a very similar goal. It's just where it's a bit selfish is his idea of a free world is a safe world where he gets to live his life, and to achieve that, you need basically a new government, a new king, a new person in charge to assure this safety, and that's not what he's promising them. Especially since that means also taking most of the money from the whole. I also understand that if for real, like, if he, I mean, it doesn't really matter if his goal is noble. If he takes more than his share, they'll be pissed.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that he wants to have more money to create better defenses, have a better fleet.
Yeah, his ultimate goal is to create
secure the place.
His ultimate goal is to create a place where he gets to live his life without London, without the king, without them over his shoulder, without being at their beck and call or being a victim to them. Like he wants to separate himself from them and make this new place safe from them. But to achieve that, you need defenses. You need an army. You need.
Do you think that if he had told all of that to Billy and to what is friend's names again? I forgot his name.
Gates?
Gates, yeah.
Well, that's his last name, but it's easier like that. He kind of did say that to Billy, but Billy doesn't trust him. He told him about him wanting to create a place where we're safe. He talked about the idea of having a new king. He said all of that. First few episodes, he told Billy all of that. And I mean, that was enough to convince him to lie about Singleton. But it's lies after lies. He is manipulating the crew because to achieve his goal, he needs to do things a certain way that's not going to work with the pirates. So he is pushing them in a direction, telling them that's how it's gonna go. But he doesn't intend to keep that promise, and he intends to steal from them because the deal that they have. Everyone is doing it with that in mind, like, okay, we'll all have our share, it's all gonna be great, but if he steals from them, he's right when he says it doesn't matter if they get more money than they'll ever get in their life. If I steal from them, no matter how noble the goal, they'll kill me.
They're not gonna let it go.
And
in any case, they're planning to kill him when they're gonna get the money anyway, so...
Those that know about Billy, about whatever, might have happened, do intend to kill him, so there's that. Billy is probably not dead, for sure. He was too important. I don't think he's dead. But if he comes back and he tells us that Flint pushed him or something, that's bad for Flint. If he comes back and he says, no, I slipped, then we have a chance to save Flint. It's complicated because in a way I understand, like, Flint's goal is not that crazy and he's kind of right. Like, it's hard to have something like safety and keep your freedom and stuff without a system. Without system, it's basically chaos. And if he said it to Billy like earlier, like I said, he said something about like either we're gonna stay criminals and we're gonna end up dying at the end of a noose, at the end of a rope and stuff, or we keep we have a king that shares our ideals and we get that amount of freedom, but it's still gonna be a system, like it's still gonna be some sort of government, so it's not the freedom that they imagine. And we kind of saw like in Nassau with Eleanor's new system that she implemented, she's forcing people to do to be merchants instead of pirates, and some of them decided that nope, that's like, even though it makes sense, even though that means more money, less risk, there's still a bunch of people that left. Because it's not the idea that they want when it comes to like piratry, what they want to do in their life. It's the world is changing and some are okay with the change and others are not okay with the change. So if you sell to your crew, we're gonna stay pirates. We're gonna be free.
We're gonna be rich, have so much money that you can not even count.
Well, that may be true.
We're gonna be merchants doing it.
Yeah, basically the world is changing and they are one group versus the other who wants to change. So they are rebelling against the change. And if you're saying to that group who rebels, okay, we'll rebel. We don't like what they're doing. We're going to fight back. But behind the scenes, you're also manipulating them into becoming the same as them. It's just that it's not them who control you. It's you who controls them. You're also becoming their enemy.
Yeah, it is a betrayal when you think about it.
It is a betrayal. And I mean, it's stealing. Because he did say, like, if he doesn't take his share and he takes more than his share, that's stealing. So,
hopefully he won't die by the end of the first season or
No.
two.
I'm pretty sure, like, way before we started this, like, they were pictures and stuff. Like, I've seen some photos of him with different hairstyles, and that's not just season 1, so for sure he's coming back. And I think since the show is about introducing characters from a book, at the very least, the people that are main characters in the show make it till the book. Right? So, and it's not necessarily those that are not in the book, those that are inspired by actual captains, so Anne Bonny, Jack Rackham, Charles Vane, maybe other characters, but at least these 3, those people I know their actual life. Like, I know how they end up. They all die, by the way. But that doesn't mean, like, since they were just inspired by their real life counterparts, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's how it's going to go in the show. Even though a lot of what I'm seeing in season 1, at least the big lines of that other crew, Charles Vane's crew, fits with the real life counterparts. So Rackham really had a relationship with Anne Bonny.
Yeah.
They were in Charles Vane's crew, but I'm not going to tell you what happens after in case this is where it's going, because although like with Charles now leaving what's left of his crew and creating a new crew for himself, I don't know if he's coming back with the idea that Jack and Anne are just going to keep following him.
Yeah.
They might do their own thing. So in real life, no, I'm not going to say it. Okay,
No.
just in case, I'm not going to say it. But they all died. Well, most of them died.
Well,
I don't think Anne dies like
I
that.
hope so. I mean, we're in 2024.
But that's basically what happened to all pirates back in the day. That's why I'm saying that Flint's idea for the future is not that crazy.
If you're trying to live the life of a criminal,
you died a life of a criminal.
Died the life of a criminal.
You died a death of anyway. So yeah, but I mean,
but
we'll
speaking of Rackham,
poor guy. He's so
he's so out of his wit.
He's in over his head. Of course, he would feel like he's stressed with the situation that Anne has put him in. I'm not surprised he was not turned on at all. Like
I think you're right by the fact that he's good with handling situation with his words, not with his fists.
Well, he was a quartermaster for so long, so he needs to make sure, like, with a bunch of men like that who fight each other for no reason and just they're kind of like Vikings, man. They kill each other for no reason.
Let's be honest, I think he has a weak spot for women. Like they're vulnerable. They're not soft.
He's a softie a little bit.
Nicer than the cruel men on his show.
Yeah, and that's why his comparison to, like, I've killed men who were crying, like, it's not the same. So they really played him. They thought they could manipulate him. But I like that Max, she was given the opportunity, like, oh, better start stealing like us, because it's not gonna last. She's like, well, if it's not gonna last, might as well put myself in a situation where, you know, I can be in power, I can show my loyalty, and I can make this last. So yeah,
I can make my own place and be respected like that.
She showed that she knew how to handle the brothel. They clearly don't. And she said, like, keep your house in order. I have a feeling that, like, even the old woman who's in charge was stealing.
Yeah.
And she kind of looked at her with a bit of pride. So I'm like, maybe the best decision to make would be to put Max in charge of the brothel. You know?
No matron?
Well, yeah, I mean, that would be a better position for her, where she doesn't have to, you know, sleep around that much. Like, I'm guessing if you're in charge of the brothel, you're not one of the whores, so
you're not one of them.
And you would make your own money. Like, she gets paid, that old woman, she gets paid such a big share for handling the place, so I don't think we can get rid of her that easily. But then again, it's Rackham's decision, so we'll see what he does. She did help him. She solved this problem and took care of one of his headaches, so good for her, and I'm proud of her. So, and help him out. He's too stressed. I like him. I really like him. So
yeah, well, he's nice.
Apparently, he's a fan favorite. So I'm glad that
I can see why.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of good characters in this show so far. I feel bad for Flint.
Oh my goodness! Like you said, when you're trying to fight for something or someone who ends up not believing in you and trying to go against you,
telling you there's a better way.
That basically that you're fighting, that you sacrifice everything for nothing.
But it's kind of like, if they have the same reason for being here, and she's saying it doesn't matter, like, just say you're sorry and we'll get the pardon. For him, it's kind of like you're saying it did not matter as much to you, that what he suffered, what you suffered, it doesn't amount to nothing.
Like, I betrayed my crew for you. I killed my crew for you.
If you know, it's kind of like, I don't know, like, again, we don't know what happened, but if it comes down to Thomas's death, and Flint is like, it hurt me so much, I cannot forgive them that.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, but, I mean, we have the potential for a life in Boston, like, let's just take the pardon and move on. And he's like, what? what did he mean to you? What do I mean to you? Like, that'd be confusing as fuck emotion-wise. And beyond that, it's basically like it takes a lot. Like, he's constantly being questioned. He's losing friends. He's sacrificing a lot. And the reason why he's doing it is telling him, like, she doesn't want that. So his motivation is lacking. And it's a good thing Eleanor just brought him back on his feet a little bit, because he needs to believe in himself. If the others want, have to believe in him, he needs to believe in himself first.
Yeah.
And he's gonna need to be strong, because like there's a lot of hardships coming. But it's not easy. And I mean, to be fair, Barlow has been alone in Nassau for so long. Like, she doesn't have a life. He's not there. She's alone. She's being called a witch. Like, it's not the ideal lifestyle for her either. And it's been so long that he comes back and he tells her, yeah, we're doing good. But then she didn't even believe in his dream, because he never really brought back any change. It's recent that something has been happening that, makes this dream advance a little bit.
I understand the reason behind it, but it still hurts.
Oh, yeah, for sure. In any case. So there's one episode left. We did not lose John. We did not lose Randall.
Not yet.
I'm suspicious of how much wits he really got.
Do you think that he's really smart behind his mind, or he's just like really dumb?
I feel like that would be the best outcome for him, to truly be in control and just pretend. It's the sort of plan that John would come up with, I think, because he thought of that. But that would not be too stupid. Maybe, who knows? Maybe. Then again, it's a big act that he's pulling, if that's true. But
he's committed.
Still, I don't think he's all of the old Randall. Like, I think he did suffer from whatever happened to him. And he's not the same anymore, but he's not that dumb. Like, he lost his position on the ship. He knew he wanted that. When he said you're the thief and stuff, like, he knew he could manipulate people. I think he truly did. He said that because he knew it was going to bring him back on the ship. At the very least, it was going to get rid of John, and he could come back as cook. Like, in his mind, maybe it was a simple way of thinking, but it was still a ploy, a plot by him to go back on the ship.
It did work.
And it did work. Okay, so we're gonna end this here. Only one episode to go, the finale. I wonder what it's gonna be about. I think Charles is coming back, so maybe next episode.
I really hope that Billy is still alive.
I think he is. I have faith that he's still alive. We'll see, yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the finale right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out. The link is in the description below.
If you don't want out, the next one will be on YouTube next week. So,
yes.
See you then.
Bye.